What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you didn't watch the past two videos, we basically worked on the Mercedes. I did everything that I felt comfortable doing out on the street, but now the next thing that I have to do is a little bit more intensive and I have to remove a lot more. So we kind of need the parking inside. We got to work on the hatch, get that started so we can move it under its own power. So today we're going to be working on fluids such as oil, coolant, and clutch. And after that, I think we just need a battery and try to start it, see what happens. Let's go outside to work on the hatch. Car is jacked up and we're gonna start out with the oil change. Oil filter is right here, which is a very odd spot. I feel like it's gonna make a big time mess on the axles right there, but we'll put some rags there. It's a little bit of a bigger filter than what was previously installed, so it might need a little bit more oil. This engine online, it says it takes about 4.2 quarts. So with that filter, it might take a little bit more oil, but we'll check that out later on. Our oil is all drained out. I feel like we probably would have seen some metal shavings and stuff like that on here, but we didn't see anything. So as of right now, the engine seems to be okay. We're gonna be putting some Mobil 1 high mileage because I'm pretty sure this engine has a decent amount of miles, and we went with the 5W30. This is just what I saw online. Got a little bit of crust around the oil fill hole. Yep, there we go. That seems about 4.2 quarts. Oh, bro, it says 5W20 right here. We're gonna move on to our coolant portion, and this is the coolant that I went with just because it said Honda 1990 and up. And I'm pretty sure I need another one of these jugs, so I'll probably end up buying another one, but we're just gonna add this for now. The radiator is completely full. Nothing is leaking, so at least we didn't rip any of the fins when we were doing this fan. Maybe I should have put the clamps on before. Oh, we have some leakage down there. Y'all see that coolant? I'm gonna just put the clamps on all of them. All of the hoses are officially clamped. We still have a little bit more time. We have until about like 7:30-ish because my sister has a softball game. We're gonna be working on the throttle cable. Go ahead and try hybrid racing throttle cable, which already looks a lot longer compared to this one. Looks like we're getting somewhere now. Throttle cable is somewhat installed. Freaking throttle cable, this one works, but it is a bit too short when we try to install it onto this side of the bracket, which seems like the correct angle since it's the one that leads straight onto the hoop. But when you put it in here, it's too tight and it doesn't reach all the way inside to the pedal. I think I'm just gonna end up buying the smaller bracket because I think we need it. I installed it on this shorter one and it seems to work out better, but the thing is the angle is terrible, so it ends up leaving the throttle just slightly open. Alrighty, so it's been about like 30-40 minutes of me working on the throttle cable thingy, and the issue that I was basically running into was I'd had it set some spot and I think it'd be fine. I'd go inside the cabin and push on the pedal and the throttle body would stay slightly open. And basically what was happening was this little rubber thing, I'd push it back and then it gets stuck right here. Oh, I have it right here, see? Look at this. And then it had like even an extra thing that was like all the way up to here that was really skinny, where that would get caught onto that little thing and it'd like pull a little bit, and so it would hold some tension keeping the throttle body open. So I decided to cut some off. That's all they left, so that I could still have some protection from like dust and dirt. And now when we push the pedal, she closes completely. How to adjust it, you basically just loosen and tighten it. What I did was I'd pull it, and as soon as it starts opening up, that's where I would bolt it up. So since we have one bolt, I decided to use that to my advantage. I just kind of pushed it diagonal slightly so that it could have a better angle with the throttle body. So I mean, it worked. In a nutshell, to bleed a clutch, you fill up the reservoir or the master reservoir with fluid. I'm using .4 fluid. Ideally, you get someone else to be inside of the vehicle, and you press on the clutch. Oh, see right now? It needs to be bled. But they push on the clutch back and forth, probably like 2 to 3 times. You follow your line from the master cylinder all the way to the clutch cylinder, which is this thing right here. You open up this nozzle, some of the fluid will shoot out. If you could get like a little tube, put it into a water bottle so you're able to see, do that. I'm gonna just be using a water bottle and try to catch as much as possible. And you basically want to get to where there's a constant stream just coming out of here without emptying out the little fluid reservoir. And then you basically just check the reservoir, pump the clutch, loosen it up, tighten it back down, pump the clutch, loosen it up, tighten it back down, all the way until you get a consistent pressure or a consistent flow of fluid out of this little nipple. And then theoretically, that's how you bleed your clutch. I'm gonna call my sister so she can pump the clutch for me, and I'm gonna be doing the loosening up of the nipple. Clutch feels fine. If you're by yourself, one thing that I did see is you could bleed it through gravity. Just open up the bleeder and then just let the fluid drip out, and it should be like a constant stream. Closed it up and then pressed the clutch until pressure started building up, and it ended up feeling fine. And I left it like that for right now. Later on, once we are driving the car, actually testing it out, we'll re-bleed it. Went through some of the wiring and stuff like that, and I'm kind of reaching the point where I'm just having analysis paralysis, where I just keep thinking about it. I keep checking it over and over and over, and at this point I just need to start the car. So that is what we're gonna do in the next video, or at least we're gonna attempt to try to start the car. But that's basically it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We got a lot done. See you guys in the next one. God bless.